It all started when I turned 18 and got my first car. I didn't care about cars before, but when I first got my car and then when I started driving, I was hooked. I was hooked to cars, I was hooked to speed, and that's how it all started. My first car was a Golf 2 diesel, which I got from my parents, and it lasted like 1 day, and then I crashed it, but I didn't really see it, so I drove it around for another 2 weeks, and then it finally collapsed on itself and died. At one point I got a Toyota Supra, a Mark III turbo, and I was cruising it around, speeding, racing with all my friends in it, and we ended up, I don't even know how, we ended up at a very small street race event, and of course I attended right away and got on the start, and I won everything because in that days it was a Golf 2 and small Civics and nothing special. So I kicked ass with my 3-liter turbo, and that's how I got involved with it. And from the first moment I was hooked. So I went back the week after, and the police came, and at that point everybody started driving circles and around, and there was no one leading them or saying we're going to go here now, we're going to go there now. So I just drove up front and said, hey guys, I know a nice spot in another police district, which we'll probably lose the police over here, go somewhere else and let's go there. And everybody's like, okay, sounds good, let's do it. And that was the very first start of me leading the street race back in the day. And I loved it. I was starting them, and it was great. So within, I think, another week I built a website, Street Racing Holland. And I started getting everybody in. And everybody got in, and it got more busy, and then the first Fast and the Furious movie came out. And after that it went total insane. Really, there was like some days 1,000 cars, thousands of people, and I accidentally was the guy in front leading them. I was during the week I was looking for locations for them to race, and in the weekend I got a good location and a meeting spot, and I said let's go here, let's go there, and they all went yeah man, let's fucking do this. And I guess that got me the name Kees Street Race. It was actually by a magazine that asked me, it was getting so big that magazines came in, and news reporters and television, radio. At some point they said, Kees, what's your last name? And I was like, I'm the leader of all these street race guys. I'd rather not say my real last name just in case. And they were joking around and they were like, what should we call you then? Kees Street Race? I said, yeah, go with that. That's how I got the name. Getting involved with drifting basically because of my brother Mark. Mark was, I was always saying I was drifting, but I never competed. I've never actually drifted on a track at all. But I was playing on the streets with my Supra, later at M3 and all cars like that. So I was drifting all the time, but never in a professional way, just in a bullshit way. And My brother is a bit smarter. I've lost my driver's license 4 times now. 5, 4, something. I guess he learned a bit from me, getting a bit smarter. So really from the start, he took it to the track, started drifting. And for me, it was my little brother drifting, so he couldn't do that without me, of course. So I was there from day one, and I'm still there every time of the year he drives. So that's how I got in drifting, and same with Jasper Spaan, which is a good friend of mine. He also started drifting already a long time before that. So the first years I wasn't really there because I was still doing the street racing thing and being on the streets. And slowly I got into it, liked drifting, and of course my brother started with an old 328. And pretty soon he started to build his 1JC E36, and from that moment I was there all the time. And drifting kicks ass, really like it. It's the coolest sport you can do legally. I like it a lot more than legal drag racing because it's more wild, drifting rules.